Good morning, everyone. A little bit of a different video on deck for today. Figured it'd be cool to show you kind of what a day looks like through the eyes of my Whoop here. So I've been using Whoop for about 2 months now, thanks to their cool little upcycling program that they're doing. So at the end of this video, I'm going to share more of my thoughts on the product, kind of how I feel about it, just my general review and reactions to the 2 months I've been using it. If you're watching this video, you probably are already somewhat familiar with Whoop or have at least heard of it. If not, in short, it's basically a device that measures your strain, which is how hard you're working, and your recovery, which is ultimately what allows you to put in that hard work. It does this by tracking your heart rate variability, resting heart rate, and sleep. In terms of why it's better or different than a typical running watch that would do stuff like this, we'll cover that at the end of the video. Really, I think you'll get a good idea of what it does through me just kind of like taking you through my day with it. Well, first off, let's talk about what it showed when I first woke up this morning. Here we can see kind of like my sleep and how well recovered I am, and everything here is in like normal parameters. Resting heart rate's looking good, heart rate variability's good, sleep was good last night, so that means we're really ready to hit today hard. Right now I am walking over to the training room where I'm gonna do my first session of the day, either on the AlterG or the bike. They're gonna do some rehab exercises, which is more just like general strengthening stuff, but also really important. So I'll check back in with you guys when I'm walking back to the dorm and kind of show you what I'm seeing through the Whoop app, also what I'm learning about my day so far. I just finished 80 minutes on the HydroWorks, which is their underwater treadmill, and I have to be at class in like 16 minutes, and it's all the way on the other side of campus. Stopped at our fuel room, grabbed an SOS and a chocolate Evolve to replenish the bod. Then I'll stop and get lunch and go to my other class. As far as strain updates on the day for the Whoop, here we are. And that's an update for like pretty much right after I got off the HydroWorks. Guys, so quick update. Just got back from class, made a nice little yogurt bowl with cocoa powder, peanut butter with banana, some cacao nibs, and Kind granola. I use Chobani Complete because it's high protein and lactose free, so it does not destroy my insides. Anyway, let's see where we're at strain update wise. So we're a little bit over an 8 now, and so just to recap, that's after walking to the training room, which is about half mile from the dorm to there, doing an hour and 20 minutes on the underwater treadmill in my rehab, and going all the way across campus to my class and coming back here to the dorm. So I'm estimating I'm at about 2 miles like of just walking kind of in my day. So the strain from the underwater treadmill then, as you can kind of see, is a bit on the lower side. It's not like a super high intensity thing, it's more just to get the running motion. After my next class, I'm going to go back to the training room for kind of a pyramid bike workout, and that we're gonna see have like a higher strain because my heart rate's gonna get up a bit higher. Just the intensity of it is gonna be up. This is my concert in the hot tub. This is gonna be the opening clip of my vlog. We're in the ice bath, if you couldn't tell. Cold. We're freezing. We're so cool, you guys. Look at how cool we are. I don't know. 2 frozen penguins. Oh, I'm scared I'm gonna drop my phone like Grace. Richie Rich dropped her phone in here once. It was the day that I wanted to eat in here, and then she was like, Faith, I literally just dropped my phone in there. Don't eat in there, please. The hot tub. Calling our name. Be warm though. We're gonna be South Pole penguins. What's our time at? Do you have our time? Yeah. 30 seconds, and then it's hot time. Transitioning. This doesn't feel hot like at all to me yet. Oh, now I feel it. Now I feel it. Like, I feel like Kronk, like, ooh, I can feel it. Yes, I'm first new groove Kronk. He's the best. Here's our little Whoop update. Walking back to the dorm now. So we did an hour and 15 minutes on the bike. 45 of that was pretty high quality. Ate this spicy Thai chili tuna. It was really good. I like crave this at random points, I feel like. So yeah, I'm gonna walk back to the dorm, going out to dinner tonight, and I'll show you my strain at the end of the day then. Alrighty guys, it's tomorrow. Let's go back and see what my Whoop had to say about my total strain at the end of the day yesterday. Okay, so 15.9, not crazy high, but also that's a day that, like, if you keep stacking that, I think you're gonna see gains eventually. Let's go ahead and get to kind of the meat of this video, and I'm gonna start kind of talking to you about how I got to start using this Whoop, where I'm gonna go with it, and some things that make Whoop different than like your regular running watch. So what makes Whoop not a watch? It doesn't tell time, like at all. The only information that you're gonna be able to get directly from the device without going into the app is kind of a ballpark battery range. The device has 3 LEDs on the inside here that will light up basically to tell you like, hey, you might need to charge me soon so I don't die, but that's it. You don't get to pick an activity for it to track. It's tracking all the time. It is a fitness tracker on steroids. Whoop has a few key metrics that it follows. Keep in mind, as I'm talking here, I am referring specifically to the Whoop 3.0. Even though there is the 4.0 that's out now, I came across Whoop through this program that they're doing called like Upcycling. In short, I had a teammate give me their 3.0 to try free for 2 months, and so that's where I'm getting most of this from. So the Whoop 3.0 has a few key metrics that it measures. Your heart rate throughout the day, your resting heart rate when you wake up, your heart rate variability, which is kind of what it's most known for, and your respiratory rate. Those big 3 things that I just mentioned are kind of how it calculates like your recovery and how hard you are ready to hit it today. What makes the heart rate sensor in this bad boy better than another running watch? Most running watches and activity trackers now do track heart rate. Some even do heart rate variability, even though it is kind of rare. But this bad boy measures your heart rate 100 times per second, 24/7. 100 times per second, 24/7. Most other watches that track that will only start tracking it super accurately with more frequency when you're logging an activity. They're not tracking you at 100 times per second, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You might be asking, Faith, you really keep your Whoop on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? Yes, the strap is actually super comfortable. Once I found the right kind of like tightness of the strap, it's now just like part of my body. Even for charging, at first I thought this was super janky and weird. This is what the charger looks like. So you charge this piece by itself, just plugging it into an outlet, and this actually slides onto the Whoop. Ta-da. You can essentially keep wearing the watch as you're charging it, just don't charge it in the shower. I believe they fixed that with the Whoop 4.0. So what's so important about heart rate variability that most watches don't do? Heart rate variability is the amount of time between beats. If you have a higher heart rate variability, it means you're more ready and prepped and primed to attack the day. If it's lower, you probably should recover a bit, take some rest, take it chill so that you can hit the coming days harder and stay consistent. I actually kind of saw this firsthand when I was in Arkansas to race. My Whoop was telling me in the 2 days leading up to the race, your respiratory rate is elevated, your resting heart rate is way up, your heart rate variability is down, everything is out of range. I was already cross training because of my hip injury, but I was really able to kind of tone it back and be like, let's just chill and focus on recovery going into the race. Of course, I ended up testing positive for COVID. I think I was definitely more recovered and ready to take on the race because of the information the Whoop was giving me. People have been using resting heart rate for a really long time to get an idea of if they need to take an easy day or if they can hit the day hard. It's not something that you're going to get any benefit from unless you're tracking it over time to kind of see your baseline and what your normal is And again, your heart rate, like your resting heart rate, is going to change over time. As you progressively get more fit, your resting heart rate is going to go down generally. That's another thing that's been really cool to see as I've been injured in cross training, is my resting heart rate has still been going down. I can see that I'm still maintaining, if not even gaining, my aerobic fitness through cross training through this injury. That kind of leads me to my next point. Whoop is different than other activity trackers because it learns about you over time. It's not just gonna say, this is your resting heart rate when you wake up, do with what you want. It kind of has like a range of, this is what you should be in based on our measurements over the past few weeks. Even when I first got it, it wasn't even giving me all the information that it generally does because it didn't have any like time to get to know me. Additionally, it will give you a weekly and monthly report of what's been beneficial for you, of like, this sleep works really well for you, we're going to start recommending you go to bed at this time and wake up at this time for optimal performance. Each day when you open the app, it'll also ask you a series of questions, and you can kind of edit and choose which questions you want it to ask based on what things you experience throughout your day. But for me, it'll be like, did you sleep with earplugs last night? Did you take an ice bath yesterday? Did you receive massage therapy yesterday? And I can go on and on and on. But essentially, I go through and I answer all these questions, and Whoop gathers that data and looks at my day yesterday to see, okay, Faith took an ice bath yesterday. This was beneficial for her recovery. Or I've also discovered that I sleep better with earplugs in. The Whoop is all about learning about you. It helps you learn about you. Really cool. Most activity trackers and running watches, like my Coros Apex here, you pay for it once, they give you the device, and it works over time. The Whoop is kind of like a magazine subscription. You pay monthly for it, which can get a bit pricey. If I were to extend over 6 months, I could get the Whoop 4.0. This is how Whoop makes bank. Will I continue to use it? I really want to continue to use it. But also, as a college student, there's other things I'm trying to pay for right now. And for me, I feel like if it was a one-time payment, I would do it. I would bite the bullet and do it. Paying for a year at a time, it's close to $300. So really think about it before you decide if this device is right for you or not. But these are my thoughts after 2 months. It's pretty cool. I feel like you can get a lot from it. And with that, I am going to wrap up this video. Like and subscribe, tap that bell if you want to see more. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.